Hello guys, and welcome back. And if this is your first time here, you are welcome. Kindly subscribe, like and share my video, and also put on notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. And this is the dress we'll be making today. If this is something you're interested in, please keep on watching and let's get started. I'm making use of a crepe fabric and I have 2.5 yards here. The half yard is for the hoodie while the 2 yards is for the dress itself. You can make use of any fabric of your choice. So this is the fabric. It is being folded into 4. Okay, this fabric is folded into 4. You fold it into 2 and then you fold it into 2 again. That is into 4. So the first thing we'll be doing is to draw out a starting line, which is also known as the shoulder line. So from the shoulder line, I will mark the neck width for the back, 1 inch for the neck depth and 3 inches for the neck width. After marking it, go ahead and connect it this way. So I connected it this way. So I'll be cutting out the front neckline when we are done. So after that, you will come to this side and you will come down by 1 inch. This is for the shoulder slope. And then you connect it to the neck width. Before connecting it, I will just measure what I have here, just in case you want yours to look just like mine. So I have 15 inches, and then I'll connect this to the neck width this way. And then from the shoulder slope, you measure how wide you want your sleeve to be. So for me, I came down by 12 inches. I want my sleeve to be 12 inches wide. And then after marking that, I'll connect this mark to the center front. This way. And then after marking this, I'll go ahead now and mark out the length of my gown. So I'll be using this whole fabric as the length of this gown. I'll just be trimming off the excess at the bottom part. So this is the excess that I'll be trimming out. So from this center front, you place your hip circumference measurement. In my own case, it's 9 inches. And depending on how free you want your dress to be or how wide you want it to be, go ahead and add your stitching allowance, or rather allowance. So I added 4 inches. Okay, I want it to be 4 inches free. So I'll measure what I have here from the 4 inches down to the center front this way, and I'll just place it here. This is just as a guide, to serve as a guide in order for me to have a straight line. Okay, so I'll just place it all the way to the top part of the dress. So after doing that, the next thing I'll be doing now is to create the curve for the sleeve. And to create the curve, I came down by 3 inches here, and I also came in by 3 inches from this other side as well. And then I'll just use my free hand to create the curve for the sleeve. So this is the curve for the sleeve. So after creating the curve for the sleeve, that is all for the drafting of this gown. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to cut this out. So if you're finding this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. So after cutting this out, we'll go ahead and remove the back piece and we'll be left with the front piece. For the front neckline, for the front, so we'll go ahead and create the front neckline. So I'll pin this down to keep the fabric in place, and then I'll zoom this a bit. So for the front neckline, you come down from this point by 4 inches. If you're on a larger size, you come down by 5 inches. So you can see how I placed my tape, and then I'll mark 4 inches, and then I'll go ahead and just create it in a form of a square. After creating it this way, I'll create my neckline. And then the next thing I'll be doing is on this tip, I came in by ½ inch. Okay, so you go in by ½ inch, and then from that tip as well, you come down by 4 inches again. So you connect that ½ inch to the 4 inches this way in a form of a triangle. So you can see what I have. And then that is basically it for this. Now we'll go ahead and trim this off. Following the mark we made. So after trimming this off, the next thing we'll do is to create a facing for the front. So I just went ahead to cut out this piece, and I'll fold it into two this way. So the folded edge or the folded part should be facing outside, and then you place it inside the dress this way. Ensure that you have around 1 inch at the top and 1 inch or 2 inch at the bottom part of the facing. Okay, so it should not be equal with your neckline. So when you place it well, all you need to do is to trace out what you have on your neckline. So I'll trace this part out first, and then I'll go ahead and trace out the V shape. So after tracing it out, this is what it should look like. But before I open it up, I'll just go ahead and fold it. I'll just go ahead and create it in a curved way. So you can leave it straight if you want, but I just went ahead to curve it again. And this is what we have. So this will be the facing for the front piece. So what we'll do now is to open it up this way, and then you bring the facing. If you have a weaving machine, you can go ahead and just weave this round. If you do not have a weaving machine, go ahead and fold it. If you're a beginner, folding this will be a bit difficult for you. So I'll go ahead and fold mine, the edges, and then after folding it, I'll place it right side facing right side on the dress, and I'll just stitch this side that I am marking. So I'll go ahead and stitch it using ½ an inch this way. So this is what I have after I was done, and you can see how it looks like. So you use your hemming gum to secure the back of this dress, the facing. So as of when I was making this dress, there was no light, so hopefully before I finish, the there will be light, so I'll iron it. So you can see pins around mine. That was because there was no light, so I just had to keep the neckline in place so as to continue the dress. So I brought the back piece this way and I'll place it like this, and I'll stitch it on the shoulder using half of an inch, and I'll repeat the same thing for the other side as well. And this is what I have after I was done stitching it. So the next thing I'll be doing is to turn it this way, and then I'll go ahead now and stitch the sleeve area. So you fold it inwards this way and stitch it down. So I'll do it for the both side as well. So this is what I have, and this is what it is looking like. So the next thing I'll do is to flip it to the wrong side, and then I'll arrange it well, ensure they are equal on all sides, and I'll go ahead now and just stitch it down. I'll stitch it following the markings that I'll make. So you'll be stitching it using 1 inch. So I'll be stopping around here, and this opening will be for the slit. So I'll stitch it and stop around here, and I'll repeat the same thing for the other side as well. So this is what I have after I was done stitching it. I am still yet to iron this dress, that's why it is looking a bit rumpled, but I'll iron it later. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. The next thing we'll be doing now is to flip it again to the rough side. You can see that I inserted my pocket. If you don't know how to do that, please let me know in the comment section. So I'll fold in this slit this way, and I'll stitch it down. I'll also be folding the edges so that it will not be rough. Okay, so I'll fold the both side and stitch it down, and this is what I have after I was done stitching it down. I also went ahead to hem the bottom part of the dress, and this is the pocket. This is the pocket. I prefer this pocket, this type of pocket. So this is the dress. Now we'll be keeping this dress because we'll be cutting out our hoodie, and to do that you measure the entire neckline, both your front piece and your back piece. You place your tape and measure your entire neckline to cut out your hoodie. So after measuring mine, I got 17.5 inch. That is 17.5 inch. Okay, so this is the pattern paper that I'll be using for the hoodie. The first thing you do is to mark out 1 inch from the center front this way. So you can see me marking out 1 inch, after which you connect it straight. And then the next thing you'll be doing is to place the figure you got for your entire neck. You'll be dividing it by 2. So I divided the 17.5 by 2 and I got 8.75. So I added 1 inch to that, so I'll be marking 9.75. So after marking 9.75, before I'll now come to this side and measure 17 inches. So this length should be 17 inches long. It is a standard measurement. And then you connect the line together this way. After connecting it, you come to this other side and mark the same 9.75. And then you also mark the 17 inches again. So it's just like you drafting out a square or something like that, rectangle. So this is what it is looking like. On this part, you'll be coming out by ½ inch. On this part, you come out by ½ inch, and then you come to this other side and you go up by 4 inches, and then you connect the lines together. using the curved part of your ruler or your free hand. So this is for the opening round the face of the hoodie. And then the next thing we'll be doing is to come to this other spot, and then you go in by 4 inches this way, and then you come down by 2 inches, and then you also connect it using the curved part of your ruler. This is the curve for the back of the hoodie. So this hoodie, the back has an extra fold like a draping at the center. That is for the back. So what you do is to come down by 4 inches from that 2 inches mark, and then you also go out by 4 inches this way, and then you go ahead to connect it this way. This is to create the extra fold we have at the back of this hoodie. So from this spot you go up by 4 inches. And then connect it this way using the curved part of your ruler. You can as well use your free hand to do this. So ensure that you do not have any sharp edge. With this we'll be able to get the fold at the back of the hoodie. So the next thing to do is to bring the dress, and then you measure just the back. Okay, you fold it this way and measure just the back neckline. Fold it and measure just the back neckline. So I have 3.5 inch, and then I'll come to this spot and I'll mark the 3.5 inch. And then on this spot I will go up by 1/2 inch, and I will connect it this way. So this is all for the drafting of the hoodie. Just use it to create yours, after which we'll cut it out and cut it on the fabric. So this is it on the fabric, and I cut out 4 pieces on fold. So now we'll go ahead and stitch this side. So just follow the line I am making. So that will be where we'll be stitching down. So we'll stitch it from here to this other side. I repeat the same thing. So this is what I have. Please give this a good press. There was no light, that's why it is still looking rumpled. And then the next thing to do is to place your dress right side facing right side. Okay, because I use the same fabric for the lining as well. So you place it right side facing right side this way and pin it down. So place it right side facing right side and pin it down. You can see what I have. Okay, so you should have something like this. So after pinning this down, you go ahead and stitch it following the line I am making. So go ahead and stitch it down this way. But before stitching it, do not forget one of the lining or one of the hoodie, you place it 1/2 inch upward this way. Place it 1/2 inch upward, so one side should be longer, so you can see that that part is longer. Okay, so one of it one of the hoodie should be longer than the other one. So I have gone ahead to stitch the hoodie, and now we'll go ahead and place it on our dress. So this is the hoodie. So you'll be placing it on the neckline of this dress. So the part where I folded, where I went up by ½ inch and stitch it down, so I'll place it on the hoodie. So I just zoomed it for more clarification. So there are different ways you can place this hoodie, so you can use any method of your choice. So you place it this way on your neckline. So I first of all used the one I folded. I placed it on my hoodie, on the right side of my hoodie, and then I'll pin this down. So you can see what I have. Now I'll go ahead and just stitch this down and bring it back. I'll leave the other one. So this is what I have after I was done stitching it. So this is the other one, this one. So what we'll do now is to go ahead and fold that one. Okay, you can see the back, you can see what I have. Like I said, there are different ways to fix your hoodie, so I think you should work with what works for you. So I'll fold this other one inwards this way. I'll ensure that it covers the stitch that I made from the previous one, and then I'll just pin this down. So I'll just go ahead and pin this down and show you what it should look like before stitching it. So this is what it should look like before stitching it. So please, I'll advise that you pin this first to be sure that you're on the right track before you stitch it down. So you can see what I have, you can see all the pins that I used. So now I'll go ahead and stitch this down. Okay, so this is what I have after I was done stitching it. You can see how neat it is looking from the outside and also from the inside. Ensure you cut out any excess thread so that your work looks neat. So guys, that is basically all for this dress. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Okay, and thank you so much for stopping by today. Till I see you in my next one. Bye.